Hey, Kathleen Selmans here, CEO and co-founder of Amplified Now. And today I want to talk about how to create a marketing video. Always start with a story. And remember when you're starting with a story, to tell a story about your customer, your client. Where you are in the story is the catalyst for transformation. And if you're thinking you don't have that, you can tell a story about your transformation as long as it follows some better pattern than I used to not be awesome and now I am awesome. So what were you struggling with before? What made you create the thing that you're creating? So for me, if I were to tell a story that had to do with video content, I would tell the story about how when I started my marketing company from scratch, after helping build up a brand to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of page views and downloads for the podcast, and starting from scratch was a really humbling experience. And so I took the advice of an SEO expert who said that every week or more often, write a blog post that has at least 2,200 words. So I did that for a year. So that's 100,000 words of content. And I'll tell you now, it didn't really move the needle the way I wanted it to. Content doesn't really work like that. You need sales if you need revenue today. You don't really need a robust content marketing system for sales today. You need that for sales 3, 6, 9 months from now. And the content that you create should not be purely informational. And that was the big problem I had, was that I was using a blogger's mentality of trying to get a bunch of visits in order to create content that connected with my audience. And at the time I was doing web design, and I wasn't really talking about web design because I was trying to just talk about marketing things. So there was a lot of different problems with that approach. First and foremost, the problem that was created was that this was taking up so much of my time, and none of what I was doing was paid writing. So I wasn't even trying to sell blog writing services. So the amount of effort that it took to get some traction was way more than I had in terms of reserves and stores. And so I did what a lot of people do. I hired a ghostwriter, and the ghostwriter wrote quickly and decently. But the ghostwriter wrote even more informational content. And the ghostwriter has a writing personality, but it did not match mine. So I had to remove that person's personality, put mine back in, maybe saved a few hours in terms of content production, but it didn't really feel like it because I was now outlaying some money and also still spending hours upon hours getting my content to a place where I could feel ready to publish it. If that sounds familiar, listen to the rest of this story, because I found that there's a better way to do all of this, all of it. And it doesn't take a lot of time, and it doesn't take a lot of equipment. In fact, everything that I do can be done in 10-minute chunks now with just a smartphone, some good lighting, and a microphone. And if you want the entire checklist on how we do all of the things that we turn into marketing videos, head over to amplifiednow.com/checklist. And I would really love to show you sort of the behind the scenes view of what that looks like. Talk to you soon. Thanks.